What's going on, everybody? Bontagoon here. It's been a little bit since I came out with a new video, and I do apologize for that, but I've been dealing with a lot of internal issues, a lot of planning, just a lot of everything in terms of the game. As you've noticed, I'm a little bit bigger than I was. That's because I'm upgrading a bunch of manners in preparation of rushing a ton of troops. I don't know if I mentioned that in a previous video. It's been a little bit. My brain is kind of scrambled. I have a big announcement to make today, but first, I'd like to talk about what is leading up to this announcement before I do it. And before I say that, I want to say those last two contests I did with the 10K gym giveaways, they are done. I pinned the winning comments on each of the videos, so if you want to see who won, you're welcome to go and do so. The first one was a player named Ajax, who was actually in FN at the time, but he left me behind to stay in RR. And then the second one was, I don't remember the name exactly. It had Hug somewhere in the name. And he was a particularly small player, so it was really awesome to see him win. I think he was like 17 million might. So that was just really neat. I was really glad that it didn't happen to be someone huge. Anyway, so FNN is not that big, as you could see. We're not even 4.5 billion might. In fact, we've lost a couple members. Nobody felt unsatisfied with the guild, but a couple of our tier 4 holders decided that they wanted to go and reconnect with some of their old friends and things like that, so they migrated out of the kingdom entirely and joined other guilds, and I was sad to see them go. One of them was Mako, and I wish them all the best of luck, and yeah, but it was still sad to see them go. So we have 8 people above 100 million might. Hugs is getting close to 300 million. That's pretty neat. But regardless, recruitment is completely dead in Kingdom 35. There's nobody here to recruit. Nobody really wants to join us because we've gone from... FNN went from being the largest English guild in the kingdom to one of the smallest in the kingdom. Almost every English guild here now is larger than us. So when people are choosing which one they want to go to, ours is going to be one of the last decisions. Especially with the fact that we have no diplomacy with everyone. I noticed that RR seems to be getting pretty buddy-buddy with Ha. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a turn of events, considering that they weren't interested in diplomacy with us before. So we're getting attacked by pretty much everyone in the kingdom right now. And some of my newer members, the ones that were left over from NF, still don't have it down that they need to protect their troops and their heroes and stuff like that. They're getting better, but they're learning the hard way. But it is a rough transition. And I think it was yesterday, I ran into an issue with RR, which I personally have tried to stay on good terms with. I've helped them out. Heck, I think my last video was of me fighting alongside Max, who is still in RR, and I burned an entire hive of a guild that was busy trying to attack RR, just because I want to stay on good terms with them and want to be friendly with them and everything like that. And then yesterday, one of them stole one of our monsters. It wasn't that big of a deal. I posted on their diplomacy board saying, well, he kind of denied that he knew that it was our monster. I mailed him personally before I posted on the board to try and resolve it. And he responded denying that he knew what was going on. But the monster was somewhere over here. Oh gosh, game. And he's like down here somewhere. So it just didn't add up. So I posted on their board and I said, please refrain from stealing our monsters. And then Purge responds. Actually, I'll check. He probably deleted it. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Deleted. This one wasn't, though, thank goodness. And so I posted that the location of that monster was on the opposite end of our hive from Deathfangs. He went right over us, clearly saying that it was ours to take that monster, which was a full 60 miles away from him. We leave your half-finished monsters alone all the time. It isn't too much to ask that we actively, the ones we are actively working on be left untouched. Thank you. His response is, please do not complain on our board. Monster steals have gone both ways as you've decided to hive 20 miles from us. Smooth move. Please refrain from post on our board. And then he mailed me. And he said, here is a post for you. I don't need the drama and need to post on our board for all to see. I can handle diplomacy issues internally. As per our diplomacy with you, there is none. Okay. Stay off our board and don't be a snob and hive so close to us. Enough said. I won't play your dramatic games, Bounty. What you did was wrong. Now stay away. Now, what he's referring to that is me splitting the guild, and I've already discussed that it was because he wanted to start attacking my sister guilds, and I wasn't okay with it. And he later denied that he had any idea that this was going on, despite me providing screenshots over line stating, by the way, I suggest this to him, and then he just kind of passed over it, ignored it entirely, and then later on decided to say, oh yeah, no, he never said that. So, thankfully with line chats, I still have the entire conversation to show that that's not true. But, in any case, I know that that's what he's been feeding his members to help keep them there. He's a very manipulative person, as I've come to realize, and he's very good at lying. So that's regarding the last statement. As for hiving close by, it wasn't my idea. I do acknowledge that is a little too close. I don't recall exactly. I think it was either Iggs or Big Hugs who decided to hive up nearby. But the reasoning for it wasn't to be jerks to them. It was to be nearby so that we could still help them if need be, because we wanted to stay on good terms. A lot of his members want to stay peaceful with us. A lot of my members want to stay peaceful with them. A couple of my people have actually gone into RR to join them for rallies. And so, I mean, we've been on good terms with them, and I guess that he just doesn't see that. And as for the first thing, not needing to post on the board, that's obviously not true. I know Purge well enough to know that he's going to take anything that I say and either outright ignore it or warp it into a blatant lie for him to feed to his members. And so I went ahead and posted on the board so that it was at least put on the open for other people to address, since he's clearly not going to do it. So I respond with this. I said, lying to everyone about not knowing what was going on was what was wrong. After I split from you, I got dozens of mails ranging from the guild BE to the player Jean-Luc Picard, who used to lead a sister guild of his, telling me about the games you play and your manipulative attitudes. If you want to complain about the hive location, talk to Hugs or Iggs. They picked it, and I assisted RR when I saw them getting attacked when I was able, which is what I made the video of. I recall burning an entire hive because the guild was trying to attack you all, and I saw it happening and was able to act because I was close by. You can say we don't have diplomacy, but your members and mine both want to maintain the peace, and if you don't see that, you're absolutely blind. Don't worry about us being in your way for much longer, because we will be moving. So that's my response. And his response was exactly as I thought it would be, which was, not even going to read this, so don't try. End of talks. Off our board, or you will have put your crew at risk. Enough with the drama. This is not real life. Get off your high horse. I cannot resolve issues that are going on with a leader that won't even talk to me. It's honestly poor leadership and pathetic. And I know, like, I'll trash talk people sometimes, but it's with a playful attitude. But honestly, he is one of the worst leaders I've ever seen. And I feel bad that I ever merged a guild together with a person like this. And for those of you that would like some clarification, this is what I dealt with for probably, the 2 months that we were merged together. I dealt with this attitude constantly. And if nobody realizes that there were any issues with our guild, then that's sad, because this knuckleheadedness is what held our guild back from becoming even better than what it could have been. And so that's another reason that I split. So my response, and that's why I have to post on your board: you think you're such a gift to the game that you don't even have to acknowledge the concerns of others. How sad, goodbye. And his response, blocked. So now I'm entirely blocked from Purge. And I mean, I still have him on line chat, and I still have alternate accounts. So I can contact him if I very well want to, but why would I bother to try and talk to someone that's going to be like that? So it seems like the situation between RR and FNN is deteriorating more and more by the second. And hold on, I really got to get this going on. I am busy trying to get ready to rush troops better, so I need to do that. So that being said, oh well. That being said, it's time for the announcement. Our journey in Kingdom 35 is done. There's nothing left for us here. There's a guild of my former members who have left me and have shown no interest in coming back, with the exception of a couple. There's the remnants of the Cian Alliance, which still want to attack us. There's Ha and the allies that they're calling in every day. I don't know if these guys are friends of theirs, but I'm assuming that they are, because they just popped up out of nowhere. This guild popped up out of nowhere. And then there's like a small ally of Ha that also popped in too. But in any case, a bunch of English guilds are going to start flooding in that are on good terms with Ha, and they're going to think that FNN is a farm of theirs. And I mean, I don't have anything against that. I mean, I'm not a fan of them attacking us, but I understand a guild like these guys, Fizz, popping over by my hive and trying to attack. They did it once. The guy, like, rush attacked one person. He used so many troop speed ups to get to him, and then he left because he saw that we didn't have anything. That's because we had already been attacked 2 times that day. But, yeah, like, more and more guilds are going to show up. It's going to feel like Kingdom 16 was, which is why we left Kingdom 16 to begin with, which is when I started recording the videos. Because a bunch of just bigger guilds popped in that were all on good terms with the Overlord and all spent their time farming the same hives multiple times a day. And I'm just not interested in dealing with stuff like that. FNN doesn't have anyone to recruit in Kingdom 35, so we're going to find a new start somewhere else. And we've picked our kingdom, which is actually a bit of disclosed information. A lot of guilds in that kingdom already know that we will be moving there, but, I mean, the whole kingdom doesn't know. Even if it did, we're not huge impact, but we're going to go there under the wing of a decently large guild family. They're good people, and they're going to help us get back on our feet, recruit, and regrill. And when FNN is ready, we'll go and do something else. But for now, that kingdom's got a couple of 20 bill guilds to fight, a few 1 bill might players, and then a lot of allies to be had. Which, I mean, limiting targets, it's kind of it's a downside a little bit. But getting the experience of fighting, like, guilds that really know what they're doing while having the capability to defend ourselves from them so that we don't get overwhelmed too easily, that'll be fun. And I'm looking forward to that, because it's going to give us some more advanced fighting training. Because right now, all that my people really know how to do are 0 people in research gear that are offline. And that's not really all that we need. We need to know how to defend against rallies better and things like that. And I think that we'll get that in this kingdom. And it's especially nice because it's flooded with a bunch of players to recruit, and I think that it'll just be a really good opportunity. So FNN and I believe all the guilds in its family will be moving to this kingdom, It'll be in the near future. My alternate account is already there. It left Kingdom 141 to go there, and I will be releasing another video saying where it is before we actually go and move there, because it's still 2-3 weeks down the road that it'll happen. But guys, thank you so much for still watching me and keeping up with me. Don't worry, I'm not gone. I just needed a little bit of time, a little bit of peace away from everything. I had to get away from these videos for a little bit, because I knew that if I didn't, I'd just be speaking purely out of anger towards Purge. And yeah, I mean, I'm still angry with Purge. I opened this video talking about the conversation I just had with him. Of course, I'm not very happy with Purge, but I'm a lot more focused and calm than I was. And I don't know. Like, I'm about ready to start making the videos again, but I appreciate your patience and understanding that it's just taking me a little bit of time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was kind of close to quitting, and then I just decided that I can't let FNN in that way. I refuse. I don't know who will go with me. I don't know if any of my old friends will rejoin. My old member Diego came back. He left us in Kingdom 13 out of a disagreement with something that we did, and he has still kept an eye on FNN the entire time and reached out to me, asked what happened when the split happened, and then I asked him if he wanted to come back to us, and he did, because he said he loves FNN and he believes that this guild will get back on its feet and become something again. And you know what? I honestly believe it too. I will freaking blow a ton of money on this game and push myself to 1 billion might if I have to, if that's what it takes to get new recruits. But I hope it doesn't. If any of you out there, I set the minimum. Where is it? Nope, not message all. Public board. The minimum to join is 100 million might. And, I mean, you gotta be willing to join rallies and things, but you are very welcome to join if you meet those minimums. If you don't, there are plenty of sister guilds of ours, and there's plenty of room in them. STI has a solid foundation, but they are just not there yet. But look at this. STI? Nope, not ZTI. We're looking at STI. STI only has 53 members, but they have 2.1 billion might. They've got a lot of people close to tier 4. They've got a solid leadership. Their original leader, Cowboy, is back. He was the leader when he originally became our sister guild in Kingdom 16 over a year ago. And the guy's just awesome. They're all awesome. And, I mean, they've got a gift level 28 for a guild that small. That is a phenomenal gift level. So that's nothing to pass over. Heck, it actually matches ours. And then we've got Bam, who is a very loyal sister guild to us, and I love them. And interesting fact, this guild was actually founded by Wargasm, who is another YouTuber. I believe he's more popular than I am, too. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. I love watching his videos. He just downs beers while he's streaming and things. But it's a really cool guild, and you can see that it is a guild that he made because of the atmosphere of it. They all have a pretty carefree attitude. They all just want to enjoy the game, and they're all really cool people. And they've got some strong guys. I mean, look at that. There's some pretty big dudes there. And then you go to FNP, And you've got a really solid guild there too. I mean, their gift level isn't the highest. It's 18 though, and that's not bad. And you've got a resident monster killing machine. Like, look, he is switched to the champion lamp, but I believe that that is a gold hunting piece that he has as well. This guy hunts dozens of monsters every single day for the guild. And it's not just level 1 monsters, and I've seen them zoom across the field. He's got, like, purple... I'm pretty sure that all of the jewels on these are all purple or gold, and he's just phenomenal for the guild. He was in FNN, and then he had a lot of real-life issues going on, so he decided to go to FNP because it was more of a laid-back atmosphere, more focused on growth, and he just fit in very well. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, he's there, this guy's there, Big Dog Solo. They hunt monsters very well. I think I put an alt in there for a day to see for myself, and I think that within a 24-hour period, they had hunted over 500 monsters. So for 2.7 billion Mike guild, yeah, that is a fair amount of monsters. And then you get to our original FNR, our longest standing sister guild, who I believe will be with us until FNN finally like fizzes out and ceases to exist. But they're an extremely loyal group. Foot's returned to the game, and I mean he's a spender. He spends a fair amount. He's got a gold pay-to-play hero right there. Rage recently joined them. I believe he's going to be there permanently, which is very good for them because they really want to start getting down with fighting a lot more. And Ahsoka is there, who is a spender as well, and used to argue with me all the time because our playstyles are extremely different. But she's very loyal to FNR. She's very loyal to the family. She's a great addition to everything. And I will always... deadly farts. I will always appreciate FNR being loyal to me. And they only have 73 members. So they have plenty of room to take people as well. And they all have their own individual might requirements. They only require 30 million for you to join. That's not a lot at all. So there's a spot for almost everyone in the FNN family. And if you want to be part of something that will be great again, I promise you that, then please feel free to join. I'm very excited to see FNN's next step, because this is something almost unprecedented. We've stayed in this kingdom longer than any other kingdom that we've been in, and it was a very long journey. I made a lot of friends, people that I will cherish for a very long time, and I'm looking forward to staying in contact with them, maybe meeting back up with them somewhere down the road. I've also made a lot of enemies here, but even then the enemies became friends. CPP, Lollyfish, V, Moon, Yahuwah, everyone that I really talked to actively in the CN Alliance. Eventually, like, the barriers of us being an enemy just kind of stopped getting in the way of us being friends as well. And I like that I've made a lot of friends in this kingdom, and I'm looking forward to making a lot of friends in the next one, and to have some good battles, because this is going to be a fun time, and I hope you guys are looking forward to. Until the next video, guys. Bye.